All right, awesome. Hello everyone. So today we are welcoming Sweepstake, Sweepstake Network actually team to kind of talk about a little bit about their project, what they do. They're holding a pre-sale as well, so they're going to be talking about that, and we're going to be asking them question on their util everything. So guys, welcome on CNA Ratings, and yeah, I'm just going to let you guys introduce yourselves a little bit, the team and the project as well.
Yeah, for sure. First of all, I want to thank you for the opportunity to make the AMA today here. I highly appreciate that. Thank you for that. Yeah, I would start first to introduce myself. My name is Mike, and I'm from Germany. I was born here and I live here. My relation to crypto began in the years like 2019, and I was in the projects like Shiba and SafeMoon. That started something, my relation to the crypto space. And then I worked with a marketing company in crypto, which called Blockchain Pros. There I get a lot of experience. I worked for them like 1.5 years. I was head mood, so I see a lot of communities and projects and see how they market the projects for, especially for pre-sales. They fill pre-sales for Unimoon, for example, which done more than 2,400 BNB. So it was a good experience for me. And then I was thinking to make my first own project and start with a friend, Viking Floki. That was like we had a private sale of 50 BNB and filled the pre-sale of 100 BNB in around 1 minute. It was a hype with Ellen and Viking Floki, so that was the first project, and we filled the pre-sale so fast. So there was a lot of FOMO, and at launch we done a 7x with that, so around 350k. Yeah, after that, I started my second project. It called Micro Bitcoin. We were fully KYC'd and audited, like on this project. We done a private sale of 50 BNB and reached 850k ATH. And CMC was in 6 hours because we have very good volume and a good LP, which is a requirement for CMC. Yeah, that's something about my previous project. But I think that's first of all enough for me and my person. I will speak later about the project, but I will give the chance to my partner to introduce themselves as well.
All right, awesome. Well, thank you for that. Yeah, very impressive. So John, I think you're next. Then we're hearing
Yeah,
out.
my turn now. So yeah, hi guys. Again, thank you, bro,
Yeah.
for having us here. So yeah, my name is John. I'm the CEO and founder of Sweepstake Network. I'm coming from Singapore, and I've been in this crypto space since 2017. So it's been around 5 years for me. I have plenty of experience in this space, and I have gathered the perfect team alongside me. It's Colin and Mike. So yeah, I will let the guys to explain to you about Sweepstake Network. So yeah, I think that will be all for me.
Awesome. Thank you, John. Colin.
Hi.
Hey,
So
Colin.
thank you for having us. And hi everyone, I'm Colin, the Sweepstake Network CTO. It's for technology and or technical officer. So I'm originally coming from Japan, but I have traveled the world from a young age. And I'm an engineer by the day, and I'm collaborating with John to maintain and develop all future utilities for Sweepstake. And I joined the crypto space since around 2018 and strongly believes that Sweepstake Network will have a very bright future ahead. So, yeah, I think that's all about me. And thank you. I'm putting it back to you.
Awesome, awesome. Thank you, Colin, for that as well. So Pluto, I guess I'll give the mic back to you to or anyone else on the team to kind of tell us a little bit more about what is sweepstake.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, then let me start with that. Like the name of sweepstakes stays in the relation to our core utility, which is the staking. We decided to make a project like this because on my last project I had done maybe 850k ATH, but there was no really utility. So for this one, we decided with with our development team to make a staking platform already launched before the private sale, to show the people our serious long-term vision behind this project. And so we started to integrate our core utility. That's the relation to the name. But before I go to the utilities, I want to say something about the tokenomics of sweepstake. We have a 12% tax on buy and sells. So 5% goes to marketing. Like I said before, I worked with a marketing company in the earlier month, and so I know that marketing is the most important point to let a project grow. The community as well, but you need to go out, you need to get seen by people. So there is needed marketing. 2% of the buys and sales goes to our treasury. So with that treasury, we make like community events, like the biggest buy, board, chill contest, something like any meme contest or something we pay with the treasury. Then we have 3% liquidity. All people that know a bit about listings and everything know that many exchanges or other like CMC, they want to have a good LP on the project. So project can't get dumped so hard or anything. The LP should be healthy. So that was a point why we raised it to 3%. And 2% is come from the thinking to have a good ecosystem. So we want to have 2% of every transaction which goes to the buyback. With this buyback, we want to buy tokens and have a stable and higher floor and help the chart. And in the other way, when we buy the tokens, we can send these tokens to our staking platform, which will reward our holder and creates a higher APR. So that is the way how a staking platform can grow. And because every day you get more holders, so you need more tokens or more supply in the staking platform to give everybody a high reward for staking. And everybody of us know that have done his research about big projects which have a good staking platform. They always go to millions. So that's hopefully the aim for us. We will try everything for this. And that's why we decided to support the staking platform and the chart with a 2% buyback. Yeah, that's all about the tokenomics. Yeah, any question or should I go or...
No, you can go ahead. Yeah, no, thank you for the tokenomics. Yeah, just one question. Are these fixed or are you able to change them? Like, for example, if you want to lower your tax down the road, you know, once you get to a higher level, is it possible?
Yeah, that was what we speak about with the team as well. Maybe we want to try to make it that is changeable, because sometimes when you want to get listed on exchanges or other big platforms, maybe in a few months or later, you can change a bit the text to get a better chance to get listed, you know. So we are thinking about it, but it's a good option for the long term of the project, I think.
Yeah, 100% do recommend you to have flexible taxes and not, you know, hard-ridden contract taxes, and also like no hard contract-ridden fee. Just because, you know, being able to have, you know, taxes are potentially can get down to zero is also going to be, you know, a strong appeal for investor wanting to invest in your product. So yeah, that's just a recommendation I have for you based on what I see almost every day working.
Yeah.
So yeah, strongly recommend you guys do that.
Appreciate that, and I must say to this that Colin is in my opinions, a very good developer with contract and everything. So I think this is now the team which can make this, and I appreciate your advice. I think it's the really best way to have a changeable text. So yeah, thank you.
Sorry,
No, of course, no problem.
Can I add something about
Yeah,
the
go ahead.
tax? So actually, in the contract itself, we have a function where the max tax will can only be 15%, because I mean we have to admit there's a lot of you know, rug or scam project in these days. But with sweepstake contract, the tax itself, it cannot go higher than 15%. So just to, you know, sorry, 17%, just to secure, just to bring the safetyness, I mean, to the investors. I'm not sure if I'm mistaken. It's written on the audit report from CoinScoop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. No. Yeah. That's definitely good.
Yep.
That's definitely good
Mm.
because especially in bear market, like investors have been very wary
Exactly.
of a lot of that to avoid,
Exactly.
getting their sell tax at 99%.
Yeah.
Complete dusting their investment.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, that's good. That's very good if you guys take these lessons into the mid-term bull market that we're seeing. So it's small details, but definitely plays into an investor's mind decision of investing little or investing big into a project.
Exactly. Exactly.
Okay, so yeah, Pluto, if you wanna, sorry, if you wanna continue on the utility.
Yeah, I can do this. That was the tokenomics where I explained a bit why we decide which percentage. I hope that's clear. Maybe after that we can take question when someone has a question. But let me go forward with the utilities we have. Like I said, our core utility will be the staking. So our staking platform is already built. It's already live. You can check it on the screen. That's our staking platform. It will go live after launch, so people have the chance to go stake their tokens, which is good for the project because with staking you have higher floors, so you can grow with your project, and people that see the effort behind the team, behind the project, will stake their tokens, which will give you more chance to grow, because people always, like big whales as well, always love charts which are stable, and when they know people are staking, so more people will start to stake and we will grow. And that's the reason why we have discussion and we have the developer who can do this, why we think about maybe making not 1 week after launch, but after a few weeks. We want to make a bridge to another networks. It's not easy, but I think with a strong community we can do that as well, because the developer can do this. But you need first a strong community to start some big plans like this. And that's the reason why we want to like market on everywhere. We want to get not only the BSC investor, we want to get Ethereum people from every network. So that is a utility we have in mind as well with the bridge. Then our next utility is the lottery. Like I said before, the lottery is for everyone. Everybody can join the lottery. You can buy a ticket with BUSD, and you can win BUSD. The reason behind this is, again, something with the ecosystem and to help our chart, because when you pay the people tokens, they can sell your tokens. So we give the people BUSD, and from every lottery, some percentage goes to our buyback of the lottery. So we will have like 3% of the lottery, which goes into buybacks in the chart, so we can help the chart and the ecosystem. And with the tokens we buy, we can send again to the staking platform, which means, again, a good ecosystem and a higher APR. So that's the completely reason for the lottery. We want to reward our community, like doing every 2 days a big lottery. And when we have good volume and more people which buy, there is a lot of, the pot will every time growing. So yeah, that was our something about our utilities. Everything is already live. You can check it in our chat /utility. So yeah, that was all about our utilities, and I think the ecosystem is clearly as well. Yeah, so
Awesome. So so that's awesome. So I guess like our community is going to be very interesting to utility. So first off, let's talk about a little bit of staking, if that's okay with you. Just the features about staking. Have you could you precise if you have an APY in mind, and most importantly, do you have a locking period as well?
there I must to give to my developer Colin. He can explain it better because he has done everything with that and behind the. So
Sounds good.
Okay. So for the APY, I think it's quite unpredictable because it depends so much on how many people stake their token. But we will provide around 7% of our supply in the staking for the first month. So
Okay.
if it's good enough, maybe it's going to be about 300, 400% because we cannot rely on the first numbers that was there on the staking when it's not live yet for
Yeah.
the stake. It's always dropped down like crazy when so many people is taking their token. But
Yeah.
That's the thing that we come up, that we will have 7% supply on the first month, and it's gonna be always 7% for the next 4 months.
Okay.
That's the initial supply that we will give to the staking platform. And in additional to that, we will have the one that, as Mike explained, from the ecosystem. We'll have the extra APR and APY from the buyback and also from the
Mm-hmm.
lottery. So we expect it to be high enough for the people, for that much people to do the staking and have high reward.
Okay, so that's very interesting, and so yeah, because actually you guys go for buyback and stake feature, which is much better than buyback and burn, which is a
Yep,
waste of
Yes,
tokens.
exactly.
exactly.
Um, so just so on the staking, because the staking can be a big issue. It can either be extremely bullish, or it can be. I mean, it can cause us some problem. Just for the locking period, will you let people unlock their wallets at any time, or would you require a certain locking period for staking?
Okay,
If you didn't
so
mention that, I apologize if I didn't catch it.
yeah, it's okay. So for the first stage, actually, we will have it locked for 30 days.
Okay.
But
And
actually, you can still unlock your token. But yeah, as you know, the reward will be not as high as it was
yeah.
promised for 30 days period. There's gonna be some limitation to it, but the initial lock will be 30 days, and we will
Hmm.
improve the lock period as we goes. Like we will open out 7 days, and also maybe 60 days later, and also we will at the first launch, it's gonna be only sweepstake to sweepstake staking,
Okay. So
and
okay.
mhm.
Yeah.
And
So
in the
go ahead.
development to that, we will add some more
Hmm.
vault to that, like BUSD to sweepstake and also BNB to sweepstake. So you can use other currency to do the staking.
Okay, I see. I see. So, I had a question. Would you be willing to propose maybe a lower APY, but a possibility for people to unlock their tokens at any time and to receive, the APY? So, in the sense that if we take the example of what Squid Grow did, it was actually what it did is that they went against everyone who were asking people to lock their token for like a 30, for example, 30 days, 60 days period. And very often now locking for that long isn't very popular because investors know that their money is at risk of going to dust. What Squid Growth did was actually telling people, we'll give you a 50% APY and you can unlock them at any time. There's no necessary locking period and everything. Would that be something that you would consider? Because a lot of our investors here are interested, because we've done a lot of AMAs where we're always pushed towards, projects who let investors be free. Would that be something you would consider, even if it would be like a lower APY, just something where you could be unlocking at any time?
Yeah, I think. Oh, Chris, can I go shortly?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, let me just get to that. So it's already been considered because we
Okay.
are actually planning to open a several vault for it. So every duration will have different APR and APY. That's
Okay.
the first thing. And also there will be also the flexible one, as you suggested, that you can
Hmm.
just unlock it anytime, and the price will be sent to you like uh, more like daily basis, and it's not gonna be auto compounding. Of course, you need to
Okay.
compound it yourself,
Yeah.
and yeah, that's actually already considered because we also realize that short term staking is also appealing for the investors.
It's very appealing, and you will see it actually helps in growing your community, because it gives a sense of trust with the community. It's actually way more productive to go that route than to go the locking route.
Yeah.
And very often what happens is that when the price tanks, what we see is that people that are being locked freak out, FUD a lot in the chat, and it causes price to dump even more. So it's something to keep in mind, and we're really like speaking from experience, just watching a lot of projects, just and advising even projects, what works and what doesn't work. So that's really something we do recommend you guys to consider as well. But obviously, you're free to do what you want. But yeah, that's definitely something we recommend you guys to consider as well.
Yeah, and
Um,
can I add something to this as well?
yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, my friend Colin said, it's like proven that when you have humans or investors, that people almost want to try something before they make something for the longer term. So that's the reason why we should make this flexible, because it's psychological that people want to try it first. So when they have good experience with something, people are always ready to make it again, you know. So we want
Hmm.
to don't force the people to keep with us the 30 days. It must be 30 days. People should see our work and then come and say, okay, I done it first time and I'm really good with your work, so I will do it second time. And when he do second time, third time, he will maybe lock it from himself for 1 year, you know. That's maybe,
Yeah.
you know
Yeah.
what I mean. So
Yeah.
if you
Yeah. No,
so
exactly.
when
Yeah.
someone don't believe in your project, you can't let him force to stake the token. So people should see our work, people should see our utilities which are done, and what we plan and everything like this, and then they can decide how they want to do this. So in my opinion, it's the best way to let the people free run to try it, and then when they're happy, they can do it for longer time. That was what I only want to add.
Um, Amazing. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, so thank you very much for this taking part, which is a crucial, a very important part, and often product who kind of miss it. You know, they pay later on. You know, whether by having to buy back their own tokens. You know, it's very good. You guys are already considering that before launch. It's going to save you guys a lot of money. So now let's talk a little bit about your lottery, which I was very curious about. Could you guys just explain to us a little bit more? In detail exactly how it's going to be proceeding. And as well, my understanding is that some of these utilities were live, and I don't know if the lottery was live yet or not, or when you're planning on having it live as well for people to play.
Yeah, the lottery will be like a system, like how the normal lottery works in the world. Like you will have a ticket to buy, and this ticket will maybe, I don't know, it will be low price, like $2 or $3 for the ticket. You can buy a ticket, and we have 6 digits in the lottery. So there will be maybe like, for example, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and when you have this row, you win. So some percentage of the pot of the lottery will go to the winner, which have the full like the all digits the right, you know. And there is then another percentage which goes to the people which have only 4 right or 5 right. And then we have this small percentage which go to the buyback of token from the lottery. So it will have every percentage for every stage of winner you have, and the small percentage which go to the buybacks. And the lottery, we want to make it like this. The lottery is already live. You can play the lottery once we say only open it and everything can go. But we want to do the lottery maybe 1 day or so after the launch to have like something like an event, because the launch will be, we will have a big promotion. Pre-sale promotion will be very huge with big names. So we have a very, hopefully very hyped launch where many people see our utility and maybe stake their tokens. So we will have in 2 or 1 day a new event like the first lottery. You know, more people will see us, more people buy a ticket, so the jackpot will be bigger too. So more people get attracted to pay it as well, and you get more visibility. That's the story behind the lottery. We want not to make it exactly directly at launch, because we want to make it like an event 1 or 2 days after the launch. Yeah, that's behind the lottery. I think there will be every time like a winner, or yeah, nobody wins and the pot stays and goes into the next lottery.
That's awesome. Okay, that's also, yeah, I'll definitely play it. And also, no, that's awesome. And also, like, so basically, you're already thinking about ways to to utilize your token than just holding, to
Mhm.
give some life to your token, basically to
Exactly.
have it
It's
transition
like
from hand to hand, which is important.
it's like we want to not there are some tokens which have extremely hype, but then every time there will one point where the hype stops, so they go down. It's a normal in the nature. So you need the event where people say, okay, that's really nice, so I have a community lottery and something like this, so people want to go in again. So when the hype goes down, the community start to hype this, because first you build the project and then the community builds a project. It's like it is the best project of this world. Wasn't big because marketing. When there was tokens like Shiba or SafeMoon, they have not done calls every day. That was like the people that bring this into the world, you know. So
Yeah.
that's the plan behind this.
Okay. Well, I know that's awesome. That's really awesome. I know it at like at launch it's really going to keep like the people interested into your Telegram as well, like these events, because the most important is like to constantly stay relevant, you know, to your community, because they have billions of projects to go around with. So if with the lottery you can keep them interacting with your Telegram, it's for sure it's going to be like it's going to be a very positive point. So I really like the lottery idea. I think you guys are the first ones that have a lottery on board that we may actually. So good for you.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, it's like something how you can build a community when you have something for the people, rewards. You have like what I have done with in my old project was like something like every 2 days a community hour. People can pick a time of UTC where the most people can, and then we make every 1 day or 2 day something like a community AMA. People can ask something about staking or other things. They can ask in the chat as well, but people love it to speak with people like with the voice, which is better for asking a question as well. You can understand him better. So yeah, that's you need to do for building a good project and a long-term project.
Oh, that's awesome. Okay, so I think we've covered, a lot of the utility, and so I just had two questions now. First off, could you just talk about I saw the private sale was ended. Could you just talk a little bit about it as well as the pre-sale as well? Because I guess that's what people listening here will be interested in, just to know a little bit about the modalities of your pre-sale as well, and then we'll speak about general marketing right after.
Yeah, for sure. For that, I want to ask my friend and partner Colin, can you open the pre-sale site, please? And go down to the supply so I can explain a bit about how the supply is and the private sale as well. So now here we're seeing the supply. So we have, in this case, the private sale was a very small private sale that has two reasons. So we think about how we can get more supply on the staking platform. So we think about to make a smaller private sale with less tokens. So we have only 10% unlocked tokens, which is really not so much. It's for the private sale. We keep it really small with private group of friends, have some caller as well, but we keep it really small to have only the funds for the marketing for the pre-sale. So we decided to have a 10%. Then we had the supply which stays from the private sale because it's only 10%. There is a lot supply left. We put another, I think 25 to the staking platform. And that will give us a good supply for giving the people a good APR. Then we have the pre-sale supply, and exactly. So that's in total what this is about. The private sale was a small private sale. We have a pre-sale. We are KYC. Maybe Colin, you can show the badges of the KYC and audit. There you can check the KYC and audit badge. It's like in every project of me and the team as well. Every time we have the KYC and audit, because it gives people the trust that you are serious, because you give your identity to a company. That's the internet. So you need to really be sure about your project and about your plans. So that was the thinking behind that we done the KYC and audit. So the pre-sale will only have a hard cap of 75. That has two reasons. Because first of all, we want to not to have a too big pre-sale, so you have more buy pressure at launch. And for us, we will start with a low initial market cap. So we need a good volume to get seen by people. We will start only with 40K. So we want to have a good volume at launch to get seen by people. People should notice us. And that's why we decided to make a smaller private pre-sale and start with a lower market cap. Yeah, that was, I think, all about the pre-sale and the private sale.
Yeah. And for your pre-sale marketing, what will you do? Whitelist, what's your plan, or will you just open it and do some marketing before open it and try to install fill it? What's your
Yeah, yeah, like we have no whitelist. Like
okay?
we think about this because I was part of many presets as well, like I said before, and I always noticed that people don't like it when some other people have the chance to buy earlier before you. Maybe he has done something for this as well, chilling or something like this to get this spot. But I think it's better to have a fair, like it's only fair the presale to public, so everybody that is fast can buy, and then nobody can complain about that someone has a better chance to buy, you know? So we decided to have no whitelist. It should be public. And yeah, so it's a bit like to create a FOMO as well. Like, to be honest, you want to have everybody has the same chance. So everybody wants to buy at this minute. So your pre-sale get filled as well faster. So everything, it's a point from everything where we decided to not have a whitelist. But
Okay.
to the marketing, I can tell you there are a lot of big influencer where you can't reveal the name, what you want to do. But I can, yeah, you can be sure, and you will see it before the pre-sale. We will have really big caller on this project, very safe caller. We had for our private sale caller like Fat Ape, Shrek, or other caller, which only call projects where they know it's safe, mostly. So the same will be for the pre-sale. We have nearly 15 BNB, and we will maybe put some funds from us as well. So we will have a good marketing rolling on. Yeah, that's all I can say. I can't reveal names, but yeah, it's
No
not the
worries.
thing. Yeah.
No worries, no worries. Just okay. So yeah, I see. So actually, that's courageous of you not to go for the whitelisting approach, because like usually people, like the way the people do marketing pre-sales, that they give away like a lot of whitelists, like a lot, maybe
Yes.
more whitelists than their actual holders,
Yeah,
and they count
exactly.
on people. And it actually is funny because it's mostly the people with whitelists, because they have a whitelist, are more tempted to buy, and then it's like they see it's like filled 75%, and so everybody else that does have a
Exactly.
whitelist tries to FOMO into the pre-sale. And so your approach is, again, something I haven't really seen yet, and I will follow it closely. I really hope it works well for you, but I'm sure it will.
Thank
So
you.
that really good on you for not doing the whitelist, because very often whitelist, also the way it's given away and stuff, you never really know, and you can have multi-walleting as well
Yeah,
behind it. So
and the and the problem what I personally have the experience with is I bought private presets as well, and when you wait like few hours, there is the AMA, so you take your timer 1 hour before to join the 1 hour AMA, and then the preset starts, and then you see they have thousand whitelist spots but 100 BNB hard cap, so it will fill in seconds, and you will waste your time like something, you have
yeah.
to wait for this. So I think it's the best way when everybody's there, everybody has the same chance, and yeah. So
Okay, awesome. Wow, we're already like 40 minutes into the DMAs, like time flies.
yeah,
So what I propose to you, because we're a bit late on schedule, so because you've answered marketing, and as well at this stage, the most important is pre-sale. I'm sure in the following AMAs, you're going to be able to, as you get closer to launch, you're going to be able to speak more about your long-term marketing plans for this. I think it's good if we keep it to
yes,
pre-sale stage for now. So what I propose is to go on to and pick some community questions now that we'll pick, and that we'll ask you, so you can answer them, if that's okay with you.
yeah, for sure, always.
All right, awesome. So we're going to be starting with, okay, I just see a question from Super Ape. Will you do NFTs as well for the gambling part, like NFT a stake or NFT and Gamble. I love your utility, man. Gambling will for sure bring communities together.
Yeah,
Also, for pre-sale, what's the requirement? Well, the requirements, I think you've mentioned them. So just the first question then.
yeah. So if I get it right, you want to ask if we have something with NFTs and gambles. Yeah, like
Yes.
we have a plan. It's not a secret utility, but in the longer term, we want to do it with the NFT, something like this. We want to make like a casino slot, something like this. So when you get three of in a row with, you can buy then some tokens of us. like for the, you need to have some tokens to buy and then you can play or you can spin. So when you have 3 in a row, you win. And for the ecosystem, when people buy tokens to play gambling, it's for the people to play gambling. They can NFTs or other small prizes, and people buy our tokens. And these tokens can send immediately to our staking platform, where the people get again a higher APR. So we are in talks about this as well. It's quite expensive, to be honest, to make something good like this with a good quality. But that's for sure option we want to do with NFTs. So there is no problem to make an NFT collection, but I want to support the NFT collection with having this gambling slot. It's something.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I hope that answers the question.
Yeah, no, that answered the question. Thank you. Thank you with it. So we have a question from
I can,
the
can I
Ghost.
add a little bit?
Yes, sure. Go ahead.
Yeah. Oh well, I'm not gonna answer the question because I think Mike answer it well. I just want to say that I mean about the gambling part. That's exactly the idea behind this sweepstake, because I mean we're all gambler here. So yeah, I mean by doing a lottery, I mean like people each of us like loves to gamble, because that's why we are here. That's why we create the lottery as our support utility to support our what you call it, main utility is our sweepstaking. So yeah, that's the idea behind the lottery. So yeah, I just want to add that. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, awesome. Thank you. All right, so let's take a question from Ghost Dog, which says, okay, so swap, staking, and lottery is kind of a typical set of utility and might not come to be too thrilling from investors' point of view these days. Aren't you concerned that it might not be enough to successfully turn sweepstake network into a long-term product as you intend? Otherwise, the project looks really nice, everything is clean, and some of the utilities are ready, which is cool. Thank you for your answer and good luck.
Yeah, I would take the question if you want. When you don't want to add something, I can answer it then. Okay, yeah, then I go
Sure.
for it. Yeah,
Yep.
thank you. First of all, thank you that people see our effort of this and our seriousity about this project to making the utilities ready. And like I said before, it's like we want to start first of all with this, because I see many projects which promise their people, yeah, we make a staking platform, everything like this, or we will do after launch sometime a lottery or something like this. But we want to show our investor that we have done everything. It's only a click where we can activate all things. And I agree with you, many projects in these times make something with staking utility, but that's why we want to make us like, we don't want to be like the same like the other people. Maybe they have ecosystem as well, but we have a lot of points with our slot, gamble slot, maybe in the future, or the Ethereum bridge, where we want to be the focus of staking. Like many projects should look into us, because how we have a good ecosystem where we grow and our holder get every day more rewards. I think that's the main point, and staking will also stay our core utility. But like I said, we will have like gambling slots and other things in the future for sure. But first of all, we need to create a good community base and launch the project. We will start only with 40K. So we need to have few weeks or so of a strong community, and then we will have more utilities planned, because the development team I work with is very professional. You can check our white paper or our website, or the utilities as well. It's they have worked their ass off for this, to be honest. Yeah, let's hope that answers the question maybe, but you can be sure that we will put more and more work into this to build more utilities when we are at the point like at millions. Then you need to deliver the people another big stuff. And that's already in plans and everything, but we can't reveal anything before we have not 100% ready. So I can say to people, I will do this, and at the end of the day, they will say why you have lied when there is something It's nature that something can happen every time, to be honest. So
No, yeah, 100%. A broken investor's dream is like the worst thing ever, or giving
yes,
them, the time rug as the investors. Also, congrats on breaking 30 listeners on this AMA, especially for 4 p.m. AMA. That's UTC. That's quite the feat. So congrats on that. There's definitely some interest around your product.
thank
So
you.
let's get into a brain twister question. Who's more concerned, has a question about the sustainability of your ecosystem. He's not sure that he's heard about any mention or what to sustain the ecosystem beyond the taxes coming from buying and selling.
Yeah.
And if you rely on anything else, because and then goes on the importance of having a separate revenue model for your project aside from simple taxes on the token.
So his question is like he wants to know if we have other things than the transaction percentage for buys and
Yes,
sells for the
for
ecosystem. Yeah.
for your revenue of your project. Yes.
Yes. We have like the first of all the tokenomics, right? The 2% buyback we have, which will buy tokens for the ecosystem as well. Then we have, like I said, the lottery, which is a support utility for our core utility. So the lottery works like this: people will buy a ticket. So when we have, that's only numbers. For example, we have $1,000 in the lottery pot, so there will go a percentage to another buyback. So with this buyback, we buy token as well and support the project with giving more supply of these tokens we bought with that buyback into the staking platform. Then we will have in the future something like a gamble slot where you need to pay with you buy tokens, and these tokens get automatically sent to the staking platform, and you can win NFTs or other prizes in BUSD. So for that, we have the treasury, which pays contests for people and other things. So that's the main point why how we make the ecosystem. So first of all, the taxes from the buyback and from the lottery, the percentage which will come every time in a wave of tokens which get bought and support the ecosystem as well.
Awesome. Thank you for that. So I see a lot of question on potential. Like I see 2-3 questions on a DAO system. Do you consider implementing some sort of like voting system on different activities to engage the community as well?
I can't say 100% about these activities. To be honest, we are thinking about it, but it's not finalized yet that I can make any promise about this. We will do this for sure. But I think at the moment now, we want to try first of all to bring the launch and then build the community and see what our community likes and everything, and then build this more. So I hope that answers the question a bit.
Yes, thank you. So, by the way, guys, if you need a more in-depth answer, do not hesitate to go in their Telegram. I'm sure they will be willing to answer you guys more in details, especially because we're running out of time. Interviews it's not always easy to get in depth. So, guys, do not hesitate to join the Telegram if you have more questions.
Everybody can DM me, so that was important point as well. We are not anonymous. You can DM us, every one of us, so we will get ASAP back to you. Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry, I think I caught you, Colin.
So I'm just adding some things to the DAO questions. So as stated before, actually, Mike, that even though we are not, the voting maybe will be there, but the most important things is that we will open the voice chat with the community in every like 1 or 2 days to make sure that we engage with them. And yeah, everyone can ask questions, give suggestions or anything. And if the moment is right, if the suggestion is good, and we will also make it into a voting, um, probably in the future. So most of the project, as you know, is moving on from a big community that supports them, and that was the one of the most important thing that we need to have to. And by if we want to have the community, first of all, we have supply them with the utilities, that we prove that this token is not only in for the hype, it's not only there for a short term. We are making it to be a whole ecosystem that it becomes a cycle that when people buy or sells, part of it goes back into the staking and it's distributed again to the holders. And yeah, I hope that answers the DAO question also.
Yeah, and what I want to add shortly from our last project, we had done like on the community like stages, like you can be a sergeant, you can be a VIP, something like this, where the community have a tag, something like this. We want to make like contest and everything. So I think the most important part, and I think many people that heard the AMA and talk know something about our team and the project, knows that the community is one of the key points. So I told about my experience as admin and everything. So I know how important it is to have a good community communication.
Awesome. So thank you. So we're going to be taking one or two more questions, guys, because afterwards we're going to be running out of time. Yeah, and again, there's too many questions, so do not hesitate to join the Telegram again. So we have an important question on safety. And this is an important question because I actually been on a project who got exploited, was a gambling project was exploited. And we have a few questions on really the safety of the lottery and of the contract. How do you plan on making sure everything is safe and everything is exploitless?
Yeah, that's a good question. I think that can be answered by my friend Colin.
Yeah.
I think he can give you a better answer.
Yes. So for especially the lottery, yeah, because we also realized that there's some other projects that was exploited by the contract. So that's why we will also make sure uh, we will audit the contract before we launch the lottery. That's why we need some few more days after the launch to make it really utilize the lottery. But the staking will be good to go.
Yes.
Okay, awesome. Yeah, awesome. No, because it's super important, to just verify that that's one of the problem in Web 3.0 is that since you're depending on code, you can have the best utility, but one line of error in the code and that's it, you're done. And I know that because I've saw a few exploding, so it's good if you guys are taking that into account.
Yes. Yeah, that was, like Colin said, a reason why we make the lottery later as well. So I think I forgot to mention, but yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Aj just says thank you. It's super bullish for your answer. All right, let's take a more general question. One last question. Okay, Brain Twister. By the way, I think you weren't there at the beginning. So yeah, this is not their first product. So yeah, they had quite a few projects before, but feel free to ask them, in their chat. So let's see. Are you planning on having any partnerships aside from? So that's a question from Media Ketter. Are you planning on having any partnerships with, for example, other projects, having them win tokens? Use their tokens in your lottery as well. Aside from just basic marketing, basically of influencers.
You mean like in Twitter influencers, something like this partnerships, right? Or
No, like for example, yeah, like aside from partnership with influencers, could you potentially, have a lottery where you would use, instead of using BNB or your token, you would use, for example, another project token, this sort of partnership which could bring you volume from other means than just using influencers or rating and shilling.
yeah, I
Is that
can.
something? Yes, sir.
Yeah, that's a good question. I saw it in a lot of projects which are doing this. For us, for now, it's not an option, to be honest, to make this. We want to have our visibility with making a lot of AMAs with big communities to spread out and get more volume in anything like in any kind of point. So that's not planned, to be honest, to partnership with the other project. But when a project there is and we have a higher market cap and a strong community, We can every time consider about anything what the community wants to have. When they say we want to have this and it's a good idea, we stay behind you when you do something like this. There is no problem for us to consider about it and do it when we see a reason to do this, which can help the project. So to be honest, at the moment we haven't talked about this, but it can be an option when we have a strong community which says us as well and give us the point of view that this is something good for us. So yeah.
Awesome. Awesome. So yeah, so we're gonna be ending here with the with the community questions, but yeah, we couldn't get to answer all of them, guys. So make sure you go into the Telegram or even attend their next AMAs where I'm sure they will be able to answer more of their questions. So guys, thank you very much for coming. Do you guys have any last words or anything that you would like to say before we end this AMA? Pluto, we're here from very far. I think.
Yeah, wait. Can you know better?
Yeah, we can hear you better.
Okay, sorry. Yeah, I'm
No
thankful
worries.
to make the AMA here. I think it was a lot of information for your community as well. I highly appreciate this AMA and the time you take. It was a bit longer maybe than planned because we have a lot of things to say. But yeah, the last words are we have an AMA 1 hour before the pre-sale. We will have an AMA before the launch as well, and then we will start the community hours every 2 days. So when you have any question, we have 5 or 6 moods as well in the group. They are working everyone in some time zone, so you will have every time someone who answers your question. And yeah, look into our pre-sale if you want to buy, or if you only want to look, you are highly welcome in our community. It's for now a smaller community. We're at our private sale, but we will make our marketing short time before the pre-sale to keep the hype. So stay tuned and wait for our announcement, and thank you for taking your time.
Amazing. Well, thank you guys. Also, guys, remember that best question will be chosen in their Telegram and announced in their Telegram. So make sure you join their Telegram to find out who won. Yeah.
Sorry for cutting you.
No worries.
I must say this before I forgot it. Again, when there is someone of our community here in the voice chat, please make sure to subscribe his channel as well. He done this AMA for the culture for us. So guys, be thankful, give a sub, that doesn't hurt. So yeah, that's what I want to say.
Thank you. Well, now we're glad to have you. We run things slightly differently here at CNA, so now we're really glad to have you guys here, and we really hope that all the best for you guys, basically. All right. So that ends it up for today's AMA. We also have another AMA in 2 hours as well with the Apollo product. So guys, make sure to attend that as well. So anyways, thank you very much. Again, go check their Telegram, their sweepstake Telegram. All the links are in the channel, and yeah, we'll post this AMA as well on YouTube for everybody to watch as well, and we'll send you guys the link as soon as it's uploaded. All right. Awesome. All right, guys, we're going to be closing the AMA. So yeah, again, thank you guys, and we'll see you guys in your group later.
Okay. See you. Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you, man.
Bye.
See you. Bye-bye.
Bye, guys.